The Czech Republic is known for their hearty meals and delicate pastries, and Prague is the place to be if you're looking to check out some great eats. In this food tour, we're sharing both takeaway and authentic sit-down spots, so sit back, hit that like button, maybe ignore that earlier Czech pun, and we'll share some of the best foods you need to try when you visit Prague.
The first spot on our list is located just a few minutes walk from the city's famous Wenceslas Square. Here, in a subterranean basement, we're picking up some authentic Czech meals from a local hideaway beneath some of the city's most beautiful buildings.
All right, so we just picked up our food here, and this was such a fun experience. When we were searching for lunch, we wanted a really classic Czech restaurant. We found this place which serves food in the authentic Czech style. So this place, you actually descend a couple staircases down. It's almost like a cafeteria underneath some pretty buildings up top. All the signs are in Czech, but if you make your way to the front, there's a small itty-bitty sign that has it in English, but it really feels like a very local spot to go for a quick bite to eat. And when they prepared our food, it looks so incredibly delicious. So I ended up getting a goulash, and it looks like it was served with some massive dumplings. We just got back from a Czech wedding where the dumpling was literally bigger than my head. So these ones look like they're a little smaller, but still look very, very tender. And right off the bat, this looks pretty different than the goulash we're used to. We've had goulash in Hungary, and my mom makes a really good goulash, but it doesn't look anything like this. So I'm really curious how this is going to compare. I think goulash is kind of like chili back home, where everyone calls it chili, but it's so different from household to household. So something tells me we'll have a bit of variety in our goulash as we're eating our way across the Czech Republic. I'm gonna go in for my first bite here. Here goes. Wow, that dumpling is so tender. It almost melts in your mouth, but the real star of the show is that sauce. With the coloring, I kind of expect it to be more like a gravy, but there's actually a decent punch of spice in there. I think it might be paprika, but it has way more flavor than the color would make you think, and it's the perfect temperature. It's warm, and it's got that warm body spice. Ooh, is that good. I'm gonna go for a meat bite here, see what kind of meat we're dealing with. Wow. All right, so I'm pretty sure that meat was pork, and it was really tender. It almost tasted like kind of like a pulled pork, where it kind of just crumbles as you chew it. Yeah, definitely a little different than the goulash I'm used to, but really good in its own way.
And as you can see, I got a different dish here. This is stuffed peppers, I think with a tomato sauce. I was actually surprised to see that this came with pasta. I was about to say noodles, but I know Europeans hate whenever I call pasta noodles. But this pasta looks extremely fresh. I would imagine it's homemade. Everything here feels like it's straight out of grandma's kitchen. It's kind of funny. Places like these are actually some of our favorites to dine at because they always have really affordable prices. You know you're getting something pretty authentic, and it really feels like more of a local experience rather than some fine dining restaurant you might come across. This is actually reminding me of a place we went when we were in Singapore, where it's just kind of like a local food hall and everybody's coming there for lunch, and you can just kind of pick what looks good to you. So this was definitely calling my name, and I'm excited to try it. It looks like we just have one large stuffed pepper here. I'm not exactly sure what it's stuffed with, but yeah, looks like meat. It's funny, I kind of thought in my mind, oh, maybe this is a vegetarian dish, but yeah, I should have known that they were gonna sneak some meat in there. The sauce is actually really smooth. I'm not seeing any sort of chunky bits, so it kind of just looks like straight tomato sauce. Gonna give it a good dose on my stuffed pepper here and go in for a bite. Okay, really interesting. The tomato sauce is kind of sweet and cinnamony. I'm gonna get a pasta bite with that sauce here. Yeah, not at all what I was expecting. It's definitely kind of like a sweet dish. And I think this must be sausage of some sort. I'm no meat expert, so I can't really identify it, but it is really good, really tender. Seems pretty authentic. Yeah, really good.
Just above the Czech cafeteria is the next stop on our food tour. Here, we're stopping for a quick, colorful sweet from a favorite local ice cream parlor. All right, so we just picked up what we're told is a local favorite. This actually came recommended to us from Rick Steves himself. We've been on a Rick Steves audio tour of the city, and he takes you past some really cool monuments that you might otherwise miss. He said not only was this a local favorite ice cream joint, but this flavor in particular tends to be a Czech favorite. So this is a mix of half strawberry, half banana, which normally I almost associate with just a smoothie, but they actually have this come straight out of a soft serve machine, which just shows you how popular it is to have it literally on an ice cream tap. All right, I'm gonna go up for my first bite here. Oh, that's so refreshing. I feel like sometimes ice cream is really heavy. This almost feels like you're eating a fresh piece of fruit. It's not overly sweet. And the whole atmosphere here is really cool. Behind me, you can see an iconic stained glass piece that says Tesla on it. It actually has no relation to the scientist or the car company. That's actually the old logo from an old Czech radio manufacturer. And all around this area, there's these kind of beautiful side street malls. Literally just across the street, we were at this really cool Art Deco one that had upside down horse sculpture hanging in there and just similar beautiful shops. So I'm really excited to just wander this area and eat a couple more bites of this delicious ice cream. That's so refreshing.
And before we jump back to the video, we want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is us. If you didn't know this, we sell our own packing cubes on Amazon. As you can see, they're colorful days of the week packing cubes. We sell them in a small size, which you can see here. It fits perfectly in a carry-on, as well as a large size, which might be better for winter trips where you need to pack those bulky cardigans. Thank you so much to those of you that have supported us already. We really hope these make your travels simpler, because it's so nice to get to a vacation spot and just know exactly what you're gonna wear for each day of the week. For those that are interested, we'll leave the link below. And for those that aren't, we're jumping back to the video. Our next stop on the food tour is taking us to Prague's famous Old Town Square. We cover this area at a greater length in our top things to do in Prague video, so make sure to check out that video after this one. In this quaint area lined with historical row houses and charming shops, we're visiting a highly rated and highly affordable restaurant in the city. Beneath the striking Gothic towers of the city's famous church, we're having one of our favorite bites in the city, from Sausage to Go. All right, so we are wandering the streets of the old town of Prague, and we just had one of the nicest interactions with the street food vendor ever. This place is called Sausage Go, and we kind of just stumbled in because it smelled great, and it looked like he had a pretty healthy line in there. But we got to talking to him, and he is the sweetest guy. He actually gave us some wine in cups because we told him we're on our extended honeymoon, and today is his 1-year anniversary of running the shop, and he was giving all of his customers a bag of jerky with their order. I haven't even tried the food yet. I mean, he gave us a little slice of jerky to sample, which was really good. But just from how nice the owner is, we would highly, highly, highly recommend this place. But I'm gonna hand this off to Michael so I can have some hands to eat here. There we go. So as you can see here, we have some sausage, bread, and a sauce. That's kind of how the ordering works here. You pick a sausage, pick which bread you would like, and pick a sauce, and he chops it all up and puts it in a bowl, which is actually super smart because it's very easy to share while you're walking around the streets, and you don't have to feel like you're making too big of a mess. So love the concept. It looks great. We chose the hot sausage, the white bread, and we were going to go for mustard, but he recommended the chili mayo, I think, so that's what we have here. So I'm going to go for a bite of sausage, and he grilled it right in front of us. He grilled the bread as well and kind of mixed it all together. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's unlike hot sausage that I'm used to. It's not super chewy at all. It's pretty fatty and has a nice smoky flavor to it. And the mayo is actually a really good complement to it. I thought it would be a little too fatty overall with the mayo and the sausage, but I'm sure he knows what he was doing, and clearly he does, because it's actually a really good combo. I'm gonna try some of this bread here. Yeah, everything works so well together, and I love the concept of just being able to carry it around and eat it with the skewer and share. Go in for another sausage bite. Wow. Yeah, the heat almost comes at the very end of the bite. Yeah, I know I've said it before, but definitely check this place out. This is a great way to get authentic Czech sausage. It was really reasonably priced, and the owner was just so friendly. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Oh, and another note, they actually have vegan sausage, so it's still worth checking out if you're vegetarian as well.
Moving on with our food tour, we're heading towards the area near Wenceslas Square. Here, with the backdrop of the city's striking National Museum, we're trying a classic treat that this area is known for, the Chimney Cake.
All right, so we're currently in Wenceslas Square here in Prague. This spot is hustling and bustling, and we have some traditional street food here. This is a chimney cake. We've actually had these in Hungary before, but it seems like a classic sweet to try here in Prague. We've definitely seen a lot of stalls selling them, but this seems to be the most picturesque spot we've seen so far. And there are a couple of different options you can get them with. We could have upgraded and gotten this with ice cream, I think like strawberry jam, chocolate. They have pretty much any combination you could want, but we just went with the classic. I think it's a little bit less messy on this hot day. So I'm gonna go in for a bite here. Oh, that's so good. The outside of this is really crusty and it's coated in like sugar and I think cinnamon maybe. It's kind of like if you took a churro and spiraled it into a little column. As you can see, this is why they call it a chimney cake. It kind of looks like a chimney. Oh, that's so good. And as you can see, not a bad spot to be eating this. Yeah, this is a great little sweet treat here in Prague. The next stop on our food tour is taking us across the city's famous Charles Bridge, into the area just beneath the striking Prague Castle. After exploring the vast castle grounds, we're eating a tasty meal to recover after a day wandering the largest castle grounds in the world.
All right, we just had a wonderful day at the Prague Castle here. It's kind of cool because your ticket gets you access to the full castle, but there's actually several different things included. So you could go into the cathedral, you could see some of the other stuff in the surrounding areas. We actually saw where the defenestration of Prague happened. It's literally just up the way. So it's kind of cool to see a living piece of history. Courtney nearly defenestrated me, but luckily I hung in there. So we've worked up an appetite. The castle's actually pretty high up the hill, so we walked just down the hill here. It's probably about a 10-minute walk, and we picked up a delicious looking bagel. Yeah, it's kind of nice because I feel like you can get some good Western food here. We've had some great Czech bites, but this looks pretty good. I got a chicken Caesar bagel, so I'm pretty excited to try it. This place has a pretty cute interior, but I think the real selling point is this whole exterior here is really pretty. It's a little terrace, and I think it's called the Bagel Lounge. So I'm gonna tear into this here. Don't know if you're supposed to rip the bagel in half, but I did, so here we go. That is good. The chicken is really juicy and it's got a really nice crunch from the lettuce, and I think there's a tomato on there as well. And the whole thing's coated in Caesar dressing, so it's almost like a Caesar chicken salad, but you can hold it in your hand. And the bagels aren't kind of like bagels you'd expect from America. It's almost more like fresh bread. So if you're looking for a good Western bite near the castle, this place is pretty cool. If you like this video, be sure to let us know by hitting that button and let future travelers know in the comments if there's any other Czech dishes you recommend. Like Swičkova. Anyways, we have other helpful Prague videos and loads of other exciting travel videos lined up covering recent trips all across Asia, Europe, and beyond. So you won't want to miss those as well. Thanks, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.